just when I thought I was gonna get rid of my channel. I'm gonna wait for a couple people to get in here. This is gonna be a short one, guys, because I don't want to spend too much time talking my shit. My husband's laughing at you guys, you know me, I'm a little dramatic and I like to like kind of troll in a way. So people are probably gonna be mad at my little what do you call it, the title, the thumbnail. I'm half joking, okay? But I did want to talk about it. So let me take a drink of this. I'm trying to pull up my Instagram on my computer, but it's not letting me. Three people in the house. All right, that's good enough. What's up, Rel? Rel, why? Rel, tell me why. Tell me why. Look it. This is the thing I don't understand. Cause look it. Zack Snyder's on Instagram. It's kind of like a big deal because like Instagram is kind of like, you know, the place to be, I guess. One of the places to be to like keep up on stuff. And oh shit, sorry. And I see a lot of comments in there because you know the Superman post, and you got people in there fucking talking about, because there's, you know, optimistic people and fans like me talking about, oh, restore the Snyderverse, and then there's people in there, never gonna happen, give it up, move on, and it's like, why are you wasting your breath? You know what I mean? Like, just let us do what we want to do. Let us hashtag, because guess what? It's the chances of it happening are higher than ever. Okay, so there's still hope. And from watching Snyder since 2018 when I had a Vero, he's kind of notorious for this type of thing, right? He's kind of known to post shit like that, and it's like, what are you doing, dude? Like, he knows what the fuck he's doing. I'm not gonna say, like, because I don't know Snyder, but from how he, you know, moves on social media from the past, I feel like when he posts pictures like that, it's to kind of like, I don't want to say poke the bear, but kind of throw in like one of his little you know, like, hey guys, look at this. This is Superman. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think it's interesting. And yes, I think some people are looking a little too far in it. But I mean, let me find the post on my Instagram. How's your guys' day? I got to get my shit together, dude. After this, I got to go to the gym and do a bunch of homework. You know, I kind of screw myself when I fucking push my homework out and I fucking do that shit last minute. I don't know why the fuck I do that. I procrastinate hard as fuck. All right. Yeah. Like, bro. Henry Cavill is Superman from BVS shot with my monochrome 50mm Noctilux. 3 weeks on Instagram. Thanks to everyone. And then, of course, I responded, the king is back. Oh, what's up, Kyrie? It's because the general audience doesn't love their Superman movie like they thought they would. They know their little universe could implode once WB gets sold. I'm good. I'm at work. That's what's up. Yeah, and it's like I said before, like, this shit ain't gonna stop until something happens. Whether, you know, hey, what's up, Ready Red? I haven't seen you in a minute, dude. Thanks for dropping by. What was I saying? And it's like, clearly we're not going to move on. So shut the fuck up. Stop telling us you guys need to move on. No, that it's look it. I'm going to be real. I don't give a fuck who calls me a cultist. I don't care because that word holds no more weight. Restore the Snyderverse hashtag right now. Everyone needs to be doing it. Like just start doing it. And for the ones that, because I know I'm probably gonna get a replay on this. For the ones that don't know me, I gave Gun a chance already. I tried watching Creature Commandos. I watched an episode of Peacemaker years ago when it first came out. Didn't really care for it. But from what I've been hearing, it just sounds like a gun show, pun intended. Even Jody's Corner is trashing gun in his universe. Belle, you still fine, baby. Hello. Thank you. I'm the big, you know, I don't want to say the number because I can't believe I'm gonna be that age, but a big milestone is coming up next month. So yeah. But anyways, so it's like, what was I saying? I noticed like people are starting to come out the closet. Like these secret Snyder fans that used to hate Zack Snyder and his movies and what they done to Superman and Batman. How could he destroy Batman like that? Batman doesn't kill Superman. That's not Superman. All these people that were saying shit about that, like those same complainers are coming out of the closet talking about actually Zack Snyder's story was a little better or a lot of better, or it's just better, you know, altogether. But been in the club since 2020, girl. Don't be ashamed. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not ashamed. It's just I can't believe because I look in the mirror and I don't see that. I tell my husband this all the time. Every time I look in the mirror, I don't see a woman, a 40-year-old woman. You know what I mean? I still feel like I'm in my 30s. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, guys, I'm about to be 40. Can you believe that? Fuck, dude. Oh my God, the time went by quick because I was 35 when the Snyder Cut got announced. And it was like, what the fuck? You know? And it's went by so quick since then. And it's going by faster every day. Hey, I got 6%. So maybe that's what it what do you call it? Maybe that's what it is. I'm 3 years away from 40. Oh, Raul, we're almost the same age. You notice a lot of Snyder fans were like all like millennials. We're all in like the same, well, zillennials. I consider myself a zillennial. But yeah, we're all like in the same age group. But what was I saying? But yeah, now it's like I feel it, guys. I can feel it. Like something's coming. I don't know what's coming, but it's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. I don't care what anyone says. Like you could get these motherfuckers on YouTube talking about like, oh, it ain't gonna happen. Like you guys need to let it go. Henry Cavill ain't coming back. Gal Gadot ain't coming back. Fucking Ray Fisher ain't coming back. Ezra Miller ain't coming back. I know they're, you know, controversial, but that's for a different stream. But it's like, you guys really think they're not going to come back? Like, Superman put Henry Cavill on the map. And Superman, I was referring to Henry Cavill as Superman. Henry Cavill, he knows what's up. Like, he knows that he's plastered all over the internet as the best Superman in modern day Superman, okay? I'm not going to compare him to Chris Reeve because that's a whole different you know, because there's a split too. Like everybody's like, oh, Chris Reeve is the best Superman, and oh, Henry Cavill's the best Superman. You don't really hear Corn Sweat in that conversation, which kind of sucks for him. But I already said I personally like Corn Sweat as Superman. But anyways, back to my point. The point is, I think people underestimate the relationship that Zack Snyder had with these actors because he put a lot of them on the map. He put Gal Gadot. He even, in a way, he even put Jason Momoa on the map. I mean, he kind of was already on the map, you know, with Game of Thrones or whatever. But he kind of did something with these characters and made them a big deal, right? The actors. I'm a Bell fan. I don't understand none of this stuff. That's funny. But Yeah, dude. I don't know what's coming, but something's happening. And look it. I know a lot of people probably like hate watch and like get angry when I say shit like this, but I don't think Guns universe is doing anything. It's not moving the needle like WB wanted him to move the needle. And you come on, even the haters, look at the numbers. I was watching somebody who brought up numbers. They were talking about, oh, numbers don't lie, and that's the truth. Numbers don't lie. Go back, and because remember, and this is what I mean about moving the goalposts, and it really pisses me off, guys, and that's what kind of makes me turn into Toxic Bell. But do you remember when even 5 years ago, that was always the primary focus or the point everybody wanted to get across. But it didn't make money. But it didn't make money. But it didn't make money. It didn't make money. It didn't make money. And it's like, what? It didn't make money? You go back and compare those numbers to now, the Snyderverse, even the movies that kind of were trying to get away from the Snyderverse, those fucking movies, Snyder made so much fucking money for WB. It's crazy. I need to look at the numbers and add it up, but I know for a fact that it did. And it's like now the new excuse is, oh, the fans like it. The fans like this version of Superman. Are you sure? Like who? Like where are you guys look like? Where are you guys getting this number from? Because I see, and Snyder fans are in, like I feel like Snyder fans are, because people say, oh, we're the majority. On YouTube, yes. But think about the numbers back then. Were they like really hardcore Snyder fans? No, they were just invested in a universe that was already, in the work. So I've said this before. The general audience 10 years ago, because you had the MCU doing their shit, and around that time, it was like a superhero situation going on. So they're like, hey, like check out this DC stuff and Superman, Wonder Woman. They're finally coming to the big screen. Like, fuck yeah, everybody was hyped, right? So that was a part of the general audience, people that just grew up with these characters. Because you got to remember, like, these characters are not just for comic fans. They're a part of pop culture. Like most millennials grew up, what the very first superhero you saw growing up was probably Superman or Batman, one or the other, right? So now it's like, I feel, and I was telling my husband this when I was taking him to work. I was like, I feel like the Snyder fandom on YouTube, and I'm just talking about YouTube, is like super strong, like stronger than these people that want this gun first, right? And you got the objective people that are like admitting, like, hey, this is not good. Like, what is Gunn doing? Like, is there a real story here? Because it seems to be leading to nothing, right? To absolutely nada. Gunn's universe feels small and mid. Evening, Bat. What's up, Ryan? Thank you for coming through. But what was I saying? And look, I'm not gonna knock the people that like it, okay? Because like, there's a couple of people, like, I don't know, maybe Ryan might like it, or maybe I know Raul don't like it. But most of you guys that come over here, you guys are like me and want the Snyderverse, right? But like, what was I saying? It's like this really proves. It's like this whole situation is good and bad for me, because it sucks that the Snyderverse couldn't continue, years ago when it should have. But at the same time, it's like all this stuff that's falling short. It proves that the DCEU in the beginning wasn't a failure, like people say. And I don't understand where they're getting that it was a failure. Like, I'm still trying to investigate that, because it's a lie. It's a straight up fucking lie. These motherfuckers on YouTube are trying to gaslight us and tell us, oh, your universe was a failure. No, the fuck it wasn't. It's like a misconception. BVS theatrical release in theaters in 2016, just because they released the theatrical and didn't want to release the ultimate edition, you guys call it a failure? It made almost 900 bill. I mean, my bad. It was close to 1 bill. Now, especially, you know, with the inflation, I know people got their fucking opinions about inflation, but in a way, I do think it matters. Because think about it, it's kind of sad. You got a movie that came out in 2013 that still beats a modern day Superman that's coming out now, and like everything's doubled, right? But anyway, so it's like, this really proves, as much as I hate it, as much as I don't care for Gunn or like the way he's doing shit, it still proves like, hey, look, what we had before was so much better, and it was coherent, and it was not the disaster that people are saying. It was not the failure that people are saying. It was getting somewhere. That's my fucking point. And I love that. And it's like, I just want the story continued. Let me knock out the misconceptions too, because I know there is some Snyder fans out there that are like, oh, we want Zack Snyder to run the show. And I said before, it's not what I want. I just want his story told. That's the whole point. I just want JL 2 and 3. That's all I want. I want this story completed, because in Zack Snyder's Justice League, we get Darkseid, right? And Darkseid is like the ultimate baddie, right, for Superman. You can argue with Brainiac and Darkseid, but my personal opinion, I think like Darkseid is like the ultimate, like pretty much like fucking Satan and Jesus, you know. But what do you call it? They gave us, you know, a little bit of that, and they just stopped. They just ended it, and it's like, what? And then they give us James Gunn takes over, and then he fucking does his fuckery and fucks everything, you know? And it's like, you know what I mean? It's just, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's like, and then you got these people saying like, oh, there's like fucking glazing. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't believe these people. When these people like glaze Peacemaker and act like they're excited for what's coming, I honestly can't believe it, guys. I just don't. What's up, Mike? Comparatively speaking to what was happening at the time, the superhero boom, it was a failure. I don't think so. No. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm not gonna no, it was not a failure. They were on their second movie. MCU was already on their 10th, 11th movie. You know what I mean? Like, if you really think about it, they were already becoming a success at their second movie. So yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I respect your opinion, but I personally I disagree. I enjoyed Peacemaker overall. Hey man, you probably got some taste for that, whatever. I honestly haven't watched it, but I heard enough. And look, I'm going to school right now. I'm trying to focus on you know, kinesiology and stuff like that. I don't need my brain to fucking rot, you know. So I choose to I just choose not to watch shit like that. James Gunn is a perpetual liar. I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the way out of WB, gets bought out. Look, like I said about rumors, we don't know. We don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't see, like, honestly, from let's say if the movie did lose money. I don't know, guys. I don't fucking know. But what I do know is that when these rumors come out, or these what do you want to call them, these scoopers, there's always a little bit of truth to it. You know what I mean? The guy that came out talking about, what did he say? Oh, it actually lost money and nobody wants to work with Gunn. I don't think that came out of his ass. You know, I'm pretty sure some of that is true, but only time would tell. James, okay, I already read that. if you're talking about financially, it was, and you're not counting Nolan's flicks, DC is more than Snyder. I wish people realize that. Yeah, I understand that. But see, that's the thing. It doesn't change the fact that Snyder still has a fan base. Like, I could understand why people might, get irritated at people like me or, even more hardcore Snyder fans than me. Because you're right, it is bigger than DC. I mean, DC is bigger than Snyder, but at the same time, he built a fan base, and that can't be ignored. That won't change. You know what I mean? Just like Nolan had a fan base, or the guy that did what's his name, Donner. All these other directors that did their thing, they still have a fan base, and it's like I said before, I don't know if you watched me my last stream. The internet right now is it's a medium for us, for what I'm doing, and I think that now the internet definitely has some power when it comes to the decision making that they do over there at WB, and there's plenty of movies that prove that, right? So it's all about, when it comes to that, it's all about the unfinishedness of it, I think. Because think about it. If the Snyderverse kept going, would this be happening? Would we be on here talking about this stuff? Would we be here, bitching about fucking James Gunn's universe? I don't think so. I wouldn't. I don't even think I'd be on YouTube, to be honest with you. Because I get what I want. Restore Snyderverse. James Gunn attempt at DC just doesn't feel genuine. It feels too much of him and his Marvel cheap look. What's up, Forth? Thank you for coming through. Oh my God, look at, like I said before, I don't freaking I don't know James Gunn, you know what I mean? And I don't know what's going on in his head. But the thing is, from the stuff that I've been hearing, and just seeing clips here and there, it does seem like he's trying to live through his universe. That's what it seems like. And I've been seeing some people talking about the only reason why he got brought over to DC is because of the massive success with Guardians, which I agree. I think that's true. But at the same time, it's that's really it, dude. That's really all you did over there at Disney. I mean, you didn't really do anything else. They're going off one movie. They're putting all their eggs in the basket. Too much trust. They gave him the keys to the castle, so now he's making a clusterfuck of all these characters. Thankfully, characters I really don't give a shit about. But there weren't people endlessly demanding that Donner be replaced because his story wasn't told. I mean, they did essentially what happened with JL, with Superman 2 and Lester. I mean, but did the internet, was the internet a thing around that time? That's what I'm saying. My point is the internet's kind of it's causing all this because we get to fucking get on here and talk our shit, and then you got people watching us, and then you got like-minded people wanting to start channels to talk about the same shit. That's what I mean. And I feel like we're in a time where these executives that are in these high places, maybe they're not watching. I doubt they're on their smartphones doing this, but they got assistants, they got ears, you know what I mean? They got people to feed them info, is what I'm saying. I think the internet's very powerful when it comes to that. That's my point. I feel like those last 3 episodes of Peacemaker was a nothing burger and led to nowhere. If nobody complained about Donner's vision, that's on them. I mean, what was I gonna say? Someone reminded me about something. Look this is the thing about James Gunn I can't fucking stand either. He feels the need to respond to everything. And it's I said this before, dude, You are the CEO of DC Studios. Why are you on the internet responding to fans or haters or whatever about this shit? It's so fucking weird. It's weird behavior because I might not really care for the dude or the shit he puts out, but I do consider him a high profile director in Hollywood. High profile people like that, they're not supposed to be acting like that. You know what I mean? Assuming that's really him behind, the comments, which I think it is. But you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just so it just gives insecure, like my husband says, it really does give insecure. Like, just make your shit and let people speculate and talk shit and don't respond. I think that's a better way to act, because I feel like, it's different just being a little tiny YouTuber, you know what I mean? Versus a high profile director in Hollywood. You get what I'm saying? It's just you should be above that. You should be above that. James Gunn definitely has ideas for Planet Salvation storyline. I believe it's going to lead to somewhere interesting. Well, that's good for you. Me, I don't care. If Gunn's universe gets canceled, his fans will become just like Snyder fans they hate. That's what I was saying too. Like, which I doubt it would be the same. I don't think it would be as strong. I'd be surprised if someone even executes that hashtag restore the Gunverse. I think people will probably do it more out of trolling, to be honest. I don't think his fan base is that fucking strong. I really don't. I don't, because I feel like a lot of his fans are kind of just kind of like, it's kind of like being a Raider fan. You know what I mean? Like, your team fucking sucks, right? I love the Raiders, by the way. I mean, I don't know shit about football, but I like the gear, the logo, and all that. It's like being a Raider fan. You're dedicated. You're like, I know it sucks, but I gotta be here to cheer them on. You know what I mean? They're already toxic, girl. Yeah, they're just as bad as us. I'm not saying we're not toxic. I know we can be. I know I could be very fucking toxic. But I said before, if you guys come over here and expect me to, be, objective about this stuff, I'm sorry. No, get the fuck off my channel if you don't want to fucking hear it. You know what I mean? Or maybe it says something about the entitlement of fans these days. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that. I do. And that's the thing. I do feel entitled because it was leading into something bigger. And it's like taking something so good away from, it's like taking candy from a baby. You know what I mean? Bill only built for Cuban links. Are you new here? I've never seen you before. What's up? Thank you for coming by. Belle, what do you think of the Superman film? Personally, there were parts I liked and there were parts I didn't. The film basically is Superman and called the James Gunn remix. Nicholas Hoult is a great Lex, to be honest. Well, I'm glad you liked Nicholas Hoult. My husband hated him. The movie was mid for me. I gave it a 5. See, if I was really fucking toxic and I was really a James Gunn hater, I would have gave that shit a 1 and fucking shit all over it. But no, there were some aspects I did like about it. Corn Sweat being one of them. When it came to Corn Sweat as Superman, not all the way, because there were some moments where I was like, I really don't want to see this shit. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Superman should be a little more like, kind of have it like emotionally together, put together. And he was kind of giving, I don't want to, I might piss some of you guys off, but it was kind of giving a man baby, in some moments. But overall, he was good. He saved it for me. And I'm a Superman fan. I love pretty much every iteration of Superman. Even Brandon Routh. But I gave it a 5. I did not, when I walked out of the theater, I felt kind of like, for one, I wasn't surprised, that I wasn't going to like it, because I already knew, because it's James Gunn, you know what I mean? And then the trailers, and then like the fans on the internet too, that were like, you know, just there was a lot going on around that time. And when I went in there, I was like, this is Superman. Give it a chance, Belle. Let's see, you might like it, right? And then when I walked out of there, I just felt like empty and like, okay, like where's it gonna go? I didn't really think. There was not too much to think about. Okay. Nothing to get excited about. I don't give a shit about fucking what's his name? Nathan Fillion's character or the hot girl or fucking Mr. Terrific was great, but I still don't give a shit about him. I don't give a shit about any of those characters. I think Lois Lane is overrated as fuck because she barely did anything. I feel like a lot of people don't give Amy Adams' version of Lois Lane enough credit because she was actually out there in the field, like my husband says, out there in the field doing legwork, like trying to dig and find answers for the shit that Jesse Eisenberg was his plan to try to take Superman down. She was actually out there. What the fuck did fucking Brosnan, whatever the fuck, do? She put fucking sugar in her fucking coffee and was like, oh, because I'm fucking punk rock. Dude, I'm telling you, I fucking hate it. I hated that scene. I don't understand why people liked it. It did absolutely nothing for me. One of the worst fucking scenes I've ever fucking seen on a superhero movie. Such a waste of fucking time. Okay? I'm sorry. I fucking hate that Lois, guys. I do not like her. Sure, she looks like her, fine. But I fucking hate her. There's nothing good about her. She looks like, I'll give her this. Physically, okay, I understand. But if I was to make a Superman movie and I casted her, I would actually do a time piece. Is that what it's called? Or a history piece? Back to the 1930s. Because she has more of that 1930 classic thing going on. And I actually think she would have probably did better in versus a modern comic booky super what do you call it, Lois. But anyways, but yeah, you're gonna tell me that fucking punk rock and sugar in my coffee is better than Amy Adams' fucking version of Lois Lane? No, fuck you. Stop trying to gaslight me. Not fucking true. Stop lying. Okay, I'm sorry. But anyways, overall, Corn Sweat. Let me just say this. Thank God for Corn Sweat because I see a lot of potential in Corn Sweat. I do. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I just like I know I can go a little overboard, but Holt was pretty cringe. If it was a Snyder movie, there's no way he would get praised for overacting performance. I don't think Snyder would ever had him, do that. That's another thing too. I need to put my hair up because I'm getting hot. Hold on. Let me go get my hair clip. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm on day 18, or is it day 19? Day 19 of carnivore, and this is so far my look. What do you guys think? Nah, but back to what I was saying. Oh, fuck, I just had a massive brain fart. What the fuck? Damn it, I forgot. I was nervous that I might like it, but gave it a chance. I found myself getting annoyed at how hard it was to finish the movie. They almost had me the first 10 minutes, Raul. They almost had me. Damn it, what was it that someone, like, I got reminded of something and then, like, I fucking forgot what I was going to say. I was bed riding until your stream was on my feed. Oh, how you doing, Josh? Thank you for coming by. One day! Look at, hey man, the thing with the cast, as far as the physical aspect of these characters, I'm not gonna lie, he did okay. Like he got. I'm not talking about the side useless characters like Cat Grant that was just there to fucking do this. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about that. But as far as like the main characters, Lex and Lois Lane and Superman, he did good. He did the casting. But oh yeah, Snyder, back to Snyder. All roads lead back to Snyder. You know how people like to complain about how Gal Gadot can't act, which I agree with. I don't think she's the best actress. But for some reason, when she works under Zack Snyder, there's some type of magic he does. I don't know how many takes it takes to get the line right. But when it comes to when you, I don't know what the fuck it is with him. He's just really good. He must be really good with his cast, which is the what do you call it, rapport that I talk about, the relationship that he has with them. A lot of people underestimate that. Like I just cannot see Henry Cavill saying no to his fans. I can't see him being like, no, I'm not coming back for Superman. What the fuck? Yeah. Um, yeah, and then the Justice game. Yeah, guys, that's my issue. The real problem here is that you can't fucking cock tease fucking Darkseid and expect this to shut the fuck up about it. Sorry, that's just not gonna happen. Like, come on, dude. Nicholas Hoult was a big cameo. This fucker is on streaming all the time. I actually prefer Nicholas Hoult as Beast in X-Men, First Class, to be honest with you. Hold on. But yeah, back to the picture he posted. I think there's something going on that we don't know about. And yeah, some of y'all might be like, no, there ain't shit going on right now. But I think there is. And we'll probably get that surprise sometime, maybe the end of this year or the beginning of next year. That's another thing you got to remember too. Zack Snyder and Gunn might be friends. I know a lot of people are like, no, they're not friends. We don't fucking know 100%. Let's say, and this is just hopeful, if Gunn was to stay, this is just my hopefulness and my optimism about it. Let's say Gunn kind of like folds a little bit with Snyder fans, and maybe he does think about introducing Batman. Fuck Andy Muschietti. Let's forget about him for a minute. And then he's like, maybe I can win the fans that hate me over a little bit by having Snyder do a Batman film. You know what I mean? I don't know. I might be wrong. This is just all speculation, guys. Who fucking knows? Assuming that Gunn's universe will continue, which I don't think it will. But I mean, shit. Who fucking knows? But at this rate and where it's going, and like no success after every thing you've been a part of, was it the Suicide Squad, Superman, and fucking Peacemaker? No, Creature Commandos and Peacemaker. Like I don't fucking know. Poor Corn Sweat worked out just to get suit that gave him the same definition of tube. The Snyderverse, the Gunverse talk about having the biggest downgrades in cinematic universe. Yeah, this is a good thing for a lot of fans, not just Snyder fans, because it's proving that that, wait a minute, that shit that they said that sucked back in 2016 actually is looking pretty fucking good right now compared to this fucking pile of steaming hot shit we got going over here. Oh my god, dude. Gun fans, if any gun fans are watching me and secretly like just subscribe to me to want to like come in here and talk shit, what is it? What is it about Peacemaker? What is it about Creature Commandos? What is it? I understand Superman. Okay, let me push Superman to the side. What is it about those two things that make James Gunn so much superior, so much better than Zack Snyder? I want to know literal situations, literal dialogue. I want to know. Like I said before, I want to look into the eyes of these gun fans and ask them, do you really like this shit? Do you? What do you like about it? What is so good about this shit? Okay. Let's pretend, let's put it in reverse. Why do you like BVS so much? I don't know. Maybe because the way Ben Affleck is so fucking badass as Batman. Maybe because the acting was actually believable. Maybe because the story was leading to a bigger, situation. Maybe the teaser from The Flash got me going when he showed up into fucking Bruce's Batcave and clearly was like time traveling. Maybe the Nightmare Timeline scene where fucking Batman is just, not being apocalyptic Batman. Maybe the fight scene between fucking Doomsday and Superman and Wonder Woman. Maybe when freaking Wonder Woman shows up and freaking steals the show. I don't know. There's so much more, That's okay. Again, that's just how I. Gunn forgot this shit needs to look cool, if not at least good. Well, he must have a lot of faith in this, fans that are like they're gonna like him regardless, right? Anyways, the time to give up is not now, guys. Okay, it's not. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse because there's a very high chance that it's gonna fucking happen. And remember, I just want JL 2 and 3. Okay, I don't need the other shit. I just need the story completed. Okay, I want to see Darkseid come to Earth and try to take over. I gotta see that shit. Okay, I gotta see the Nightmare Timeline. Hashtag restore, dude. Do it. Do it now. I feel personally that most of this Uber gun fans are nothing but a bunch of incels. And they hate Snyder because he's an alpha. You're so funny. That's what they say about us, That's what they say about us. They say these are the famous things that I see them say. Oh, they're on the spectrum. Oh, they're incels. Oh, they're a cult. Oh, they don't get none. You know what I mean, guys? It's obvious who fucking doesn't get any. I'm not talking about Snyder fans or gun fans. When you look at some of these YouTubers, especially the ones that don't show their face, you can figure it out. With just listening to them talk for a freaking 2 seconds. Skeptic, what's up? Robert, what's up? You guys missed it because I'm about to leave soon. I was just kind of going off about the same shit. About how restore the Snyderverse is still a possibility. I know a lot of people don't think that, but I do, and I'm never gonna give up my hope. There was a time where I kind of like laid off of the Snyderverse for a little bit because I had personal shit going on in my life, but now it's like, I actually see like something might be cooking up here, What day you think we can do? Oh, next Friday, because I got a shit ton of fucking homework to do. And I gotta go to the fucking gym. You always come in late, skeptic. Not for the watch party, but for my streams. All right, I think I'm done. I'm not gonna bash Gunn too much because, believe it or not, I feel like he's kind of down right now, and a lot of people are bashing him. I don't need to fucking bash him. That motherfucker is fucking getting it as we speak. Jim, do a gym stream. The weirdos will squats. Oh god. David Ellison would be the true savior of DC Studios. Me too. I'm busy this weekend. Yeah, dude. I fucking hate homework. I always dread it. I'm just like, but I kind of fuck myself too because I'm like, you should be doing it during the week, but I don't. But you guys have any other thoughts you want to ask me before I go? I'm trying to think what else is going on. I saw some shit about Muschietti. I still don't know how to fucking say his name. I saw some shit about Muschietti saying pretty much blaming the fans about his movie. Look at the Flash film. I don't think it's a terrible movie. I honestly don't. It was one of those movies that's actually like I can see what they're trying to do, but that was around the time Gunn came in and he changed shit too. So I can't believe him. Actually, no, I'm gonna say it. I think partially it was his fault. Just like some of y'all motherfuckers like to blame Zack Snyder. Oh, Zack Snyder ruined the DC universe. Oh, even though he hasn't been a part of it for these X amount of fucking years, he's still the fucking blame. Still blaming him for ruining the universe. I can't do that anymore. Look at your daddy. He's the one causing all this shit. I don't want to hear another motherfucker blaming Zack Snyder for shit because he hasn't been near there. But The Flash, if I was to rate it from a 1 to 10, I would give it probably almost, I'll give it a 6 because the Sasha guy is a Supergirl and what's his name? Michael Keaton. I underestimated Michael Keaton's performance because I didn't like the idea of him coming back as kind of like, you know, someone who's way past their prime. But he proved me wrong. I liked his performance. I thought he went out like a G too. It was awesome. But as far as the story, it wasn't too bad. Like I liked it. They were trying to do Flashpoint in a way. You could see some Flashpoint moments. But it's kind of a shame because see that's another thing too with the Flash. The Flash has a big rogue gallery, kind of like Batman. I think maybe a little bit bigger than Batman. And his ultimate big baddie is Reverse Flash. And I really wanted to get a Reverse Flash. I like Reverse Flash. I think he's just so, you know, his name serves him right. Let's just put it that way. And I love seeing him in animations too. And he's always the thing with Reverse Flash. He's such a pain in the ass, and he's like a fucking like a thorn on your side. You know what I mean? Like you can't fucking get it out because he's so fucking fast, and he's like fucking shit up and like running away. He's just a piece of shit, right? A good villain. He's a good villain. And I kind of wanted to see because I did hear some stuff about Reverse Flash and Zack Snyder a while back, a couple of years ago. I don't know if you guys remember that. And I was just like, oh shit, that shit would have been great. And I wanted Kevin Bacon to be Reverse Flash because I think he has like the build for it. People still using COVID as an excuse. No way in hell they get laid. The Flash film was a massacre. Yeah, I know you hated the Flash film. Comic book movies suck now. We need Zack back ASAP. We need to see his Justice League trilogy. We need his gritty, real world comic book adaptations. Hopefully we get it. Hopefully something happens, dude. I prefer the Flash over. Oh yeah, that was gonna be my next thing. I was gonna say, yeah, I definitely prefer the Flash because it has characters I actually give a shit about, you know. It's the people blaming COVID for Trump flopping. Dude, Jared Leto is ridiculous. How the fuck does he still look like that in 2025? People still using COVID as an excuse. I blame Snyderverse failure on Jim Crow laws. Oh my god, dude. Yeah. But anyways, I think that'll be it. I'm out of steam. I don't know what else to talk about. All I can tell you guys is hashtag restore the Snyderverse, and you already know.